Okay, this is a little beginner class for people who are just getting started and that want to sit cross-legged. So the first thing you do before you start your practice is to come into center a little bit. So you just sit, you don't have to sit cross-legged if that doesn't work for you. You can sit in swastika. You can bring both knees to one side. You can even sit in a chair for your centering. I sit on the floor because I'm used to it, but you can bring your feet onto the floor and just have your, hands on your knees or shins, and you can separate your feet however wide, but you just want to lift up in your spine, close your eyes for a couple minutes. Just focus on your breath and feel the pace and the rhythm of your breath. Let go of, I know for busy people it's hard, but let go of the outer environment, your to-do list and all of that. Turn off your phone, give yourself, this is just going to be a few minutes, so you can do it any time that works for you, but just give yourself a little time to unwind. I used to tell my students to imagine their head is shaped like a teapot and that you're tipping your head over to one side and letting all those thoughts spill out through the spout of this teapot and then come back to center. You can also set an intention at your centering, something like, I practice yoga to become healthier and healthier every day that I practice. All right, so now the first thing I want to show you is if you're a little tight in your hip flexors and your knees are uncomfortable as you sit cross-legged, the first thing you want to do, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this, is to have, I use a folded blanket, and not everybody uses something, but it's just more comfortable. So here I'm sitting without anything under my hips, okay? So to support the back, and many people do this, teachers or students, it doesn't matter. It's just a comfort thing. So there's no judgment like oh, I have to have support. Yeah, it's nice to have support. So what you do is you take your cushion or your blanket and you want something firm. You just lean forward so that your hips come up a little bit and take that blanket and pull it right under your tailbone. You're not sitting on it unless you just really need to, if you're new and you need to do that, but just lean forward, pull it under your tailbone, and then when you sit back, you have that support and you can keep a nice straight spine. So that's where you start with your sitting. Okay, so then your knees, your hip flexors, psoas muscles, they may be really screaming at you. So take a cushion, or you can take a rolled up towel, but take a big towel, okay? And I have bolsters that I work with with my students. So lift one knee, or you can lift both of them, but bring that bolster or your towel under your thigh. Okay. And then the other one comes under the other thigh. And you can bring it up to your hip if your knees are just really tight. I'm sliding off my blanket back here. So if it's really tight, bring it up higher under your hip so you have more support. If one side is lower than the other, let the towel or bolster cushion out so that it can relax a little bit further. So this for most people is pretty comfortable. Okay. So you lift up in your spine. We call this the crown, the top of the head. And you create space by lifting up in your spinal column so that your energy can flow, circulation around your spine and inside your spine. Your energy flows both directions inside your spine. It's like liquid light. It's very bright light in there. Okay, so this is where you start, and you can get into this position to do your centering if you just get situated and relaxed. So that's all there is to it. Then as your knees start to relax more and more, you can push your support, whether it's a towel or a cushion, out a little further and let your knees open more. And then pretty soon, bring your feet in closer and just your knees are supported. And then eventually your legs will relax down. Not everybody, but many people, in my experience, most, but there are people that are they're just naturally tight in those tendons and ligaments. So this will help your spine to relax. And I'm just going to show you one or two little things that you can do to get started with your yoga. It's just really simple. Now, if you can sit without your support, your blanket, fine. If not, just leave it there. But bring your feet out in front of you, just hip width apart. So your knees are vertical. You lift up in your spine. So this is cat. Cat, there's arching cat and rounded cat. So breathe in a deep breath, okay? Exhale, draw your tummy in, your navel to spine, and round your back. Come down to where your chin is down to your chest. Let your back round out. So you're leaning back. And then inhale forward. So in yoga, we move with the breath. The breath leads. So then you arch your back. And you just go easy, especially if you have some challenges in your spine already. And then exhale. And I'll turn sideways so you can see this from the side too. And then inhale and come into an arch. All right. So let me back up for a minute. Breathing. In yoga, we move with the breath and we want to breathe deep breaths. So we isolate 3 parts of the torso where you feel the breath. There's the low abdomen, the solar plexus, rib area, and the chest. So when you do your centering, you want to notice if all of those areas are open, because some people get tense and tight. Some people, our self-esteem stuff is stuck in here, so we'll tighten up there, we'll close it down so we don't get mad and smack somebody. But we want to open that. So we inhale. So when you inhale, you're letting the belly out. So it's in, out. Breathing in, your belly is expanding out. That's what my hands are showing you. Exhale in. Then your rib area, let just your ribs move. Okay, so you expand just your ribs if you can. It takes a little bit to isolate them, to find them separate from the rest of your body. And of course, it's all connected, so it will move. But breathe. See how my hands separate? And then exhale and let it relax. Inhale, expand, and relaxed. And then, of course, there's the chest. So breathe just in your chest area. So you're just going to lift that chest and then let it back down. Inhale, lift, expand it, exhale. So here's where we combine it into one breath, but there's 3 areas that we're moving. So we expand low, middle, upper, and then exhale. Just let it all out. Relax the breath. Some people like to reverse it, but the less control you exert on your exhale, the better, because the exhale is the relaxation part of the breath. So inhaling is an action, so that's something you're doing. But the exhale is the relaxation. That's where you're allowing or being. So we have doing and being. All right. So again, inhale, low, middle, upper. Breathe all the way up under your collarbones if you can. And then exhale and relax. And again, let's do this a couple more times so you get some practice with it before we get together. Okay. So breathe, expand, let your belly out. A lot of people breathe backwards. They pull in on the inhale. That's not appropriate in yoga. That might be for weightlifting, you know, when they're lifting the barbells up over their head, but not for yoga, not for natural breathing or healthy cleansing breathing. Okay, so expand as you inhale, ribs, chest, exhale, relax. Again, expand, inhale, exhale, and relax. One more. Breathe. Just open. And relax. Now let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Some people have them up here like earrings, and I know under tension, under tense moments, we all do that, I think. But sometimes it gets stuck there and tight. So we want to just loosen that up. Okay. So now showing you cat stretch from the side. All right. So you can see a little bit better. I usually wear a headband to hold my headset on, but I didn't today because I didn't think I would be moving much. But all right. So move your props, bring them under your thighs. I'll do it with you so that you can see how that goes. Okay, so you want to tilt your hips forward. So the pelvic area tilts forward. The hip bones are pointed forward. If you need to sit on top of your blanket, depending on your props, then, you know, whatever works. So you can see, I think, that my spine is straight. So when we breathe for cat, we take in that deep breath, 3 parts. Exhale, start to curl. Draw your tummy in, your navel to spine. Then round your back, chin to your chest, lean back, hold on to your knees. And then inhale, come forward. I'll try to show you into a little arch. So there's a little arch in the spine. So you lift your chin and look up. This is your inhale, then exhale, lean back, chin on your chest, round out, and then inhale into your arch, exhale, round it out, inhale, arch, arching cat. And as you get warmed up, your body will go further. Okay. All right. So there's one more thing I want to show you. Two more things. I lied. Two more things that will be helpful for you before you start your yoga classes. Okay. This is just more of a demonstration here. So here you are in your easy, this is called easy pose. Does it feel easy for you? All right, so you're sitting tall. Now you've done your cat stretches, so your spine feels a little bit loosened up, right? Okay, so we want to come into a gentle twist. So bring it'll be your right hand, my left, onto your left knee. And then scoop your left arm up next to your ear with a deep breath. Breathe it up. Hold on to this leg and use this arm to pull you around. Turn your head, bring your arm down behind you, fingertips or palm on the mat or on the floor. If you have a mat, you want to use that so you don't slip. And just go to your edge, which is as far as you can go without causing discomfort. Shoulders are down, lift in your spine, always. In your twist. Twisting is one of the poses that keeps you really young. So you're using your arms, not your back. You're relaxing your back. You're lifting, but you're relaxing. You're not doing the twist in your torso. You're doing the twist using your arms and looking over your shoulder. Breathe. Let your ribs expand as you inhale. Each exhale, your body relaxes a little bit more. Then to come out of it, you press down in your sitting bones. Breathe that left arm back up to your ear and just unwind, coming back to center, and bring that hand right down onto your right knee. Scoop your right arm forward. Inhale, breathe it up, lift, stretch tall. Use your arm to pull you around wherever you can go. It may not be far, it doesn't matter. Just getting started. And then lower your arm down behind you. Look over your shoulder. Use your arms. Lift, breathe. You stretch on the exhale, the relaxation part of the breath. And when you feel ready, when your body says, okay, I'm ready to come out, just breathe that right arm up to your ear. Inhale and unwind, coming back to center. And just notice how loose your spine feels. Okay? So your body gets looser and looser. You get more and more limber. So the last thing I want to show you is It's called Shavasana, and literally translated, it's corpse pose. But it's the relaxation at the end of every class, maybe 10 minutes, sometimes 15. But you lie on your back. Now, if you have quite a natural arch in your spine, you might want to put something under your knees, and I'm going to show you how that would look. Take your towels, your rolled up towels or your cushion, whatever you're using under your thighs, you can use that here. So I'm going to remove this blanket, get comfortable in my clothes here. So when you lie in Shavasana, you're on your back. You want your feet at least a foot to 18 inches apart. Legs are stretched out. You come down onto your back. Just however, if you need to lower yourself down, that's fine. But you roll your hips under you. Roll your shoulder blades under. Now take your cushion. I'm going to recommend this for any new students. Take your cushion or your towel and bring it under your knees. Maybe you've gone to a massage therapist and had massage where she or he put a bolster or a roller under your knees. So you want that. And what that does is it relaxes your low back into the floor. And that's what you want. You want that spine to lengthen and unwind all those nerves, all those muscles to relax. So make sure your shoulder blades are pulled under and palms are turned up. Now, if your shoulders are tight, I worked in offices for years and years, and I used to wear my shoulders for earrings. So if they're pulled up or tight, then bend your elbow a little bit and take your arm further away from your body, and then just let your shoulders drop back to the floor. And breathe naturally. No deep breaths here, unless you want to do a couple, but this is where you let go of doing. This is where you come into the being part of human. Human being, not human doing. Let your mind relax. Soften your feet, your ankles, your low legs and calves, your knees, let them soften. Let your thighs and hamstrings soften. Your hips, your spine, your ribs, shoulders, arms and hands. Let go of all holding. Let your neck relax, your throat, your jaw. Relax your jaw, your face, your eyes, your ears, all those tiny muscles around your scalp. Now you may, if you have time constraints, if you have to be somewhere, set a little timer that's not going to jar you out. Because when we haven't relaxed in a long time, consciously intending to relax, then when we finally do relax, sometimes we fall asleep. So if you need to be somewhere, set a little timer, maybe on your cell phone, a pretty sound, or have someone watching for you and have them just knock on the door. But give yourself 10 minutes, minimum of 2 minutes. Better is 10, but let go of your muscles. Feel them soften. Letting go. You can put nice music on here if you like. Soft. And this is where transformation happens. This is where you trade stress for well-being. It's right here. Now, say your 10 minutes is up. You can pause this video if you're doing it with me here. You can pause it. But just start to wiggle fingers and ankles, toes, and then slide your feet together. Walk your feet in, bring them up. You want to bring your knees in towards your chest. Hold on. And just roll side to side a little bit. Now, I mentioned being on a massage table before. Push your bolster or your props out of the way. Knees are into your chest. Just roll over onto your side. Take your palms. You can pause here too if you want to. Just rest another minute. Linger in the relaxation. And then you place your palms, excuse me, on the floor and just press yourself up into sitting, slowly coming back. If you want your props under your knees, just grab them in because you're just going to sit here for a minute or two. Just gather it all in, staying in that relaxed state. If you want to bring your hands into a mudra, the mudra means seal. It seals in the benefits of what you just did. So thumb and index finger together, spread out your other fingers, turn your palms up on your knees, and feel centered, connected. You can connect with the creator, the source, during your relaxation. And then open your eyes, release your mudra, bring your palms in, and we just say namaste. Namaste. So that's it for your first demonstration, for some of you anyway. So I will load this up onto YouTube. Enjoy. Thank you for joining me. It's fun. Bye.